Traders. Happy Monday. Yeah, man, I'm back. Now I take little breaks because I have all kind of stuff going on, all kind of things to do. But I am back, and we are back at it, guys. So, taking a look right now. So far, I see. Let me double check. It's a couple things moving around. Um, Most of the things I'm seeing though is on the higher float side at the moment. Nothing too much on the lower float side right now. But you never know. You know, with this market, uh, especially as it get closer to the bell, something pops up, and then now you got opportunity. But as it stands, it's not too much going on. Let's see here. This one here moved up a little bit, 20 cent. Just the float on this one is super high, so I wouldn't trade it. It's over 500 million shares in the float, so try to stay under myself personally. I try to stay under 70 million shares traded. I mean, sorry, not traded, but 70 million shares in the float. 70 million and under, and even 70 million, that's on the high side. I really don't too much like to trade stocks up there, but I try to give a little window of opportunity. And then sometimes you see some with the high floats, and they move just as easily sometimes as the low floats. So I try to keep my scanner kind of broad in a sense, so I can see the overall market, but I only try to focus on those under a certain amount, mainly focus on them. And unless you see something, like I said, out of the blue that's popping up crazily, even though it's over 100 million shares, I've seen it. I think NIO is one. NIO at one point in time was moving pretty freely, pretty loosely, and that's like that has over a billion at this moment, a billion shares in the float. It's like 1 billion and 26 million on down. So anyway, but you see it went from 610 to 740. So it went over a dollar. And this stock is, like I said, it's a super high float. It's past 100 millions. It's in the billion. It has as it stands right now. I don't know if it had that much back when it made this move, but it couldn't have had too much more less. I mean, too much less. So this is an example of sometimes you look at the float, but then sometimes you can't focus strictly on the float. Like you can do your scanner, like you can make your scanner to where you only want to look for stocks that's under 100 million shares float. But then in that case, you would have missed a move like this. You know what I mean? You would have missed this move entirely because this wouldn't have been on your scanner at all. So my suggestion is, as you can see, when the day after his IPO, 653, it went up, it doubled, it over doubled. It went from $6 to $12. You see what I'm saying? And this is a super high float stock. So you have to. I would say do as you want, do as whatever you like. And I used to do this too. I used to just have my scanner, uh, strict, very strict, and that in a sense that's good because you'll just only find exactly what you're looking for, nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. But then again, it's been days I missed out on a lot of opportunities because I had it a little too strict, too tight. So my suggestion is to loosen it up a little bit. And although you might not trade those stocks that's over 100 million, it's good to keep an eye on them. You know what I mean? Just in case something runs. So that's that. But let me see what else is going on here. Right now, overall market. Let me double check the overall market. Overall market is choppy. It's a little up. It's up a little. So you keep that in mind when trading. Yeah, so stocks on watch right now. I just really only have ACRX, and that's that's all right at the moment. That's all righty. But it's looking pretty good. To be honest with you, that's about the only one to really keep an eye on at the moment. It's got 218,000 shares traded, so it's pretty active early. And this is at 7 in the morning, 7:54 in the morning. Yeah, man. A lot of people, they probably up super early on this market now. Since they got that extra hour. Some people still thinking it's 8 o'clock, 8:54. Your body's still saying that. I know I got up. The earliest I think I ever get up is, and the earliest I think a lot of people ever get up is the day after the fallback time. We get up super early thinking we're the man, or the woman. You wake up like 4 o'clock. You're like, oh yeah, I'm the crap, man. You know what I mean? But that's just because the time just went back, so you fool yourself. But yeah, most definitely, it's definitely one to watch. Watch it over that higher day. See if it does a higher day bounce, higher day breakout. I'm sorry. Just going down the list, seeing what's going on. Today I'll probably scream and stream until about 8:15, because the market is not all that hot right now. So we're not gonna sit here and watch paint dry all day. So um, I won't bore you guys. But yeah, man, just trading. Remember always keep the losses small, man. That's the key. That was the thing that I, for the longest time, had the biggest problem with. Making the losses way smaller than your wins. You could be right. Honestly, you could be right less than half of the time. But if your profit to loss ratio is very good, like 2.0 or higher, then you're good. You know what I mean? You can still be profitable. But the key is for a lot of people, including myself for the longest time, is keeping your losses small. Protect your capital. Protect your account. Look at it as you're playing defense. Don't look at just the offense, meaning just trying to make money. Look, you have to, what they say in sports, especially in football, or American football and basketball, and soccer and every other sport. Defense is the best offense. Meaning, protect what you have, and then the profits will come. Protect what you have. Most of us come in with the mindset of, obviously we come in looking to make money. That's why we all come. Everybody's coming in this market not to just watch your money sit in one spot. You know what I mean? So you come in looking to make money. So already we have the mindset, kind of off. It's off. You know what I mean? It's off because we're already just looking at the upside, but you have to protect your downside. If you keep your losses at 5, 10 cent, or if you want to say a dollar amount, if you keep it at $50, $100 max, but then your winners you're making two, three, $400, then you're always gonna win. But now if you do the other way, which I did for a long time, which is make $100, no, make $50, which is supposed to be my loss amount, make $50, but then lose $200. You know what I mean? So that won't, you'll never be profitable that way. Um, Even if you got a high percentage of winning trades, it doesn't even matter at that point. If your loss is gonna be that big compared to your wins, don't even focus on your win loss percentage. Don't even, you know what? Take that out of the playbook. Take that out of the book. Don't even think about that. Your main focus should be your profit factor. If you have TradeView or any spreadsheets, documenting your trades. If you can keep up with your profit factor. It should be over 1.5 or higher. 1.5 or higher. So meaning out of every 10 trades you make, about six of them are very much profitable, or not even necessarily that, because that means the win loss. I'm sorry, but if the if the um if your wins, I'm sorry, I got the wrong change this title here. Yeah, if your gains has to be at least almost double to double what your losses is. That's what the profit factor is. So it doesn't matter if you take 10 trades, doesn't matter if you get four right out of those 10, doesn't matter. But is your profit, are you profiting at least double what you're losing, basically? Because double is 2.0 profit factor. So I'll just put that number in there because it's a little easier to know. Uh, so anyway, yeah. So if you're profiting, $100 per trade and you're only losing $50, then that's a 2.0 profit factor. If you can keep that up, you make 100, lose 50, make 100, lose 50, or make 1,000, lose 500, make another 1,000, lose 500, make another 1,000. You get it. So you want to keep that going. That's what your focus is. My focus used to be on the wrong thing, which is your win loss percentage. Your 50% accurate or 70% accuracy. You know what? At this stage of the game, it's not even about that anymore. It's about how much you make when you make, and then how much you lose when you lose. But yeah, this ACRX kind of moving around, on the level two in time of sales. It's not on the chart wise, it's not going far, but there was a lot of downward selling pressure going on there. Uh, but it's a lot of hidden sellers as always. To be honest with you, I mean, I definitely look at the level two, but you mainly want to look at the time and sales. Because level two, man, is it's a good tool to have. But over the years of looking at it, man, I've been looking at it, and it's because it's how it's set up, meaning you can have hidden sellers and hidden buyers. It's hard to accurately read that. How could you really read something if half of what you see is not what it is? Like this is showing two, meaning 200 shares on the bid, and then eight, meaning 800 shares on the ask. But then you see a stock where it say it hits the bid with like freaking 50,000 shares and it's not going anywhere. How could you accurately use the level two to fully make your decisions? I mean, it'll tell you that it's a hidden seller there, but that's as far as that will go. You wouldn't know if that breaks. Is there another hidden seller at the next level down? And if that breaks, is there another hidden seller at the next level down? Like, because you may buy at the break, you may see the hidden seller, then it disappears because it's getting sold into, and you would expect it to break. But then who's to say that the next number down, 487, 486, isn't another hidden seller, even though it looks like it has 1 or 200 shares? So anyway, it's kind of hard to read that, man. I'll tell you no lie. I mean, you have to have that inside information to read that. I wouldn't even. I used to, rack my brain at trying to figure that out, but I look mainly at what prints. What's printing, what's showing on the prints. So if you see how this 490, it's a lot of it was buying at it. Even though it says one here, but it's what I mean. It was 3,500 went through here, 2,100 went through here, and it's still there. So I would know. Okay, well, they're manipulating this stock. They're playing with the stock, or some hidden sellers, hidden buyers somewhere, or the market maker is trying to hold it up, hold it at that spot. So I just wouldn't mess with it until it starts to loosen up. Until you see when you start seeing these prints go from like 490, when it starts to move, 490 to 495, 495 to 502. and it starts to get loosen up. That's when I would look to jump in. Or on the downside, it goes from 489 to 480, from 480 down to 462. Then okay, it's loosening up, and those hidden sellers are out of the way for the moment anyway. Then you jump in. So I usually use the time it sells, because I've tried and tried to use this level two as a entry and exit. Now it is good sometimes. I tell you no lie. The times it is good is when they do show the hand, but that's not promised. Sometimes they'll show it's 50,000 share seller right here. So then okay, well, it's a little support there. So in that case it is good, but for the most part, you're gonna see a whole lot of these where you see the 1 1, the single digits, meaning 100 shares or how many hundred of those single digits, um, and but it doesn't be that, so it's kind of hard to read that. I wouldn't put all my marbles in just the level two. Let me see what else is going on here. Beautiful day in sunny South Florida here. I took a trip over the weekend up the road to another part of Florida, Homosassa, Florida. That's a very you don't that's a very uncommonly named part of Florida. A lot of people don't even know it exists. But man, it's on the west coast, a little above Tampa, and man, the weather up there is you can tell I'm sure others you guys in other states get the real winters, but yeah, it had a winter feel up there. It had a good fall winter feeling up there, man. It was nice. It was like 60, mid 60s when we were there. And as the night fell, it got into the 50s. Um, and yeah, man, it was nice. But we hit the road the next day, which was yesterday, Sunday night. And yeah, as we got down this way, yeah, you could tell you're in South Florida. Once you started getting to Central Florida on down. Oh yeah, that temperature starts to go back up. It's like summer all over again here. You gotta love it, but that's why everybody comes. Everybody comes because they're trying to get away from those 30 degrees and 40. I don't blame them. I'm not about that. 40, 50 degrees. Nah, I'll keep the summer days all the time. I'll keep that anytime over that. Yeah, man, my Dolphins, they won it yesterday. It was an old bored, sloppy game, but hey, we take that win. Yeah, let's go Dolphins. They beat up on the Jets, but who are the Jets? Shout out to the Jets out there, but seriously. So I'm happy, but I'm not as like okay, I can't get too excited. So let me go ahead and pull up the top list here and see what's going on the top list. Meaning, it could show me stocks that are on a higher float and everything else. So let's see. Let's see what's going on. I'll bring it over here for you guys to see this one. Let's see. I'll go down this list of gainers. This is a big jump here. Must have had some news here. News pending. Alrighty. Alrighty, here we go. Engineers to fund deal with cash borrowing under credit facility. Alrighty. On to the next one. Yeah, check your brokerages, guys. Some of them have a tool, that you can see the top stocks or the top movers or gappers, gap ups, gaps downs. That way you can have a free tool or a tool that's included in your already brokerage fees, and you don't have to go get a separate one. That's if you get a separate one, that's fine because Every tool you can have in this market is valuable. Anything that can give you an edge is valuable. But yeah, you could get, like I said, like if you got shit trader like us, like me, I'm sorry, um, you can use this tool. This weeds out all the noise and just lets you see just the top gainers, top losers, and the most active. So it'll weed out all the other noise in the market. And you see this list. The market has over 5,000 stocks, but this narrows it down. To about 100 or so or less. So you know if you want just a quick overview of what's going on that day in the market, pull up your top list for your broker, man. Save those couple dollars. CRNT looking pretty good. CRNT with news. It is tradable. Let's see though, does it move? Yeah, let's keep an eye on it. It needs volume. It needs a lot of volume. Yeah, it needs volume to be tradable to really jump in that. I wouldn't jump in it until it's over 100,000 shares traded or higher. Right now, as you can see, it's just 29.55, 2,000. So yeah, that's definitely, that's not liquid. You'll get in. It'll be hard for you to get in. It'll be hard for you to get out. No, it wouldn't be hard for you to get in if you buy on the ass, but then it'll be hard for you to sell. If you're trying to make a profit. So wait for that volume to fill in there, but I'll keep it on watch. Let me see here. $10 move here, or actually over $10, closer to 15. If you play those larger stocks, that's a pretty nice move there for somebody. NXTD, nah, nothing there. Yeah, so this is basically how my mornings start out. Even the days that before I was streaming live, basically this is what I do. You go down the list, you kind of find what's moving, you make your watch list, and then you prepare for the open. You prepare for the day. It's like you're doing a pre-game ritual. Or a routine. You have to have a routine. 'Cause the reason I say that is because if you just come into the day without a routine, you're gonna come in wildly. You're gonna come in wild. You're not gonna know what's going on. You don't have a plan. Basically, it's like that old saying is, you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Fail to plan and you plan to fail. So because you just wouldn't know what you're looking for. You're like, okay, I'm just gonna go out on a whim and just whatever, see what happens spontaneously. No, you don't want to do that because that's not a good habit to form. Yeah, you may get away with it sometime, but it's not a good habit for long term, consistent gains. You need a winning routine here. Just a second, looking at my phone here. I don't know why my phone's going so slow lately. I'm gonna have to do a factory reset here. I think a swim is kind of, well. I don't even think it's think a swim. I think it's a. I need another computer. Bottom line, I think because I notice when I run the stream and try to do the thinkorswim and have everything open at the same, it definitely lags, man. It lags bad, and I can't have that in trading. ACRX kind of moving down now, as you can see. It took a little nosedive, man. 4.95, 10-cent nosedive a couple minutes ago. ACRX is tradable, but it's at a 50% margin, so I wouldn't be able to get in much more than about 300-400 shares of it. So I wouldn't even mess with it, and it is shortable as well. So you can get it on both side, any side of it. Right now, it's looking bearish, uh, but at the same time, on a daily, it does have a little bullish strength here, but it did hit this resistance up here, and it couldn't pass it. So that's it could go either way, but overall, it's more on the bullish side. You know, overall the EMAs big bounce up off of that 200 day. Let's see what else is going on. D gas and U gas, both of those, all the gas is. Let's see. I'm looking at the volatility index. Man, you can make some major dough here. Yeah, it's the 3 times inverse volatility. So that means if the market is going up, this will come down. You look to short this if you could. Yeah, when the market is going up, it goes down, and when the market is going down, this goes up. So it's a good money making tool, man. And this one, it follows the market. The UGAZ, it actually goes in the same direction, but 3 times. So if the market is going up, let me show you here for a second. Let me show you the SPY here. So yeah, it follows. It's an ETF, and it moves 3 times the amount. Oh yeah, it's out to 8:15, guys. So anyway, on my watch list so far, I got ACRX, which is right now is heading down. It's not looking too promising, but I'll watch it over the higher day here. It has to go over the higher day, 521, and I'll be interested. Um, AU, I'm looking at it my own personal self. It's not looking too hot, but um, actually I'm gonna take that off. But I'm just keeping an eye on it for my own sake. CRNT has no volume yet, but it is a gapper, so it's something to keep an eye on if it gets volume and it picks up. And that's pretty much it for right now. All right, guys, that's it for me streaming today. I will be back tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow, most definitely. I have no obligations to take care of tomorrow morning. Not as of right now. Um, so I will be back here tomorrow, 7:45 Eastern time, 7:45 a.m. Eastern time. And if you like the content, you want to follow along. Later on, I gotta compile a plan as far as, I'm gonna be putting out videos, informational videos, informative videos. Explaining level twos, explaining time and sales, and other essentials that you need to know when being into this market. Support and resistance, indicators, um, moving averages, and the likes. I'll be definitely posting up videos um, when I get the time. So if you wanna, follow along with that, just go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, and that way you'll be updated anytime I put up any new content. All right, you'll be first. You'll get first dibs. So first dibs at the knowledge. You know what I mean? And hey, knowledge is invaluable, man. It's not a certain. You can't put enough money on knowledge. So get that knowledge, man. Try to learn from those who have been before you. You can blaze your own path. Nothing wrong with that. But if I can give you any advice, you know, definitely try to learn from where you can learn in this market. To save yourself time and a lot of money. you know. So anyhow, I'll catch you guys tomorrow.